All right, southbound Cap City Freeway slowing down at Expo Boulevard into the downtown. An accident now. Northbound I-5 at Arena Boulevard. And eastbound 50 at Jefferson Boulevard. 17 after 7. Here is Dan in Sonoma. Hello, Dan.
Morning, Sean. Let's play out a kind of a nightmare scenario, if you don't mind. It kind of dovetails off.
You promised you wouldn't bring that up, the nightmare scenario.
That
thing that happened to me in 11th grade?
Oh, no.
That's not where you were going. Oh, good.
No, that's you and I are sworn blood brothers. We will talk about that day. No, that will
good.
Maybe, no, that's
I hope
and you would keep my secrets as well, which are
nobody
worse
else
than
remembers.
yours.
Nobody
My
else
secrets are
remembers
worse than yours, trust me. Yeah,
right.
Okay. Anyway, we're still on the air, are we? Right, okay, good.
We're on the air?
Yes, we're on the air. You might want to edit that part out. Anyway, seriously, the nightmare scenario that Gallagher brings up with Donald Trump assassination, because Matt Gaetz was talking about it on, was it Cavuto? We're in not a third world country, but we're in a banana republic where anything goes, as Dan was pointing out in his call. And let's play this out, because again, I put nothing past the left. I know it would not be the easiest thing to do, but my first thought would be, what would the fallout be? You know, what would happen if that nightmare came true?
Not much.
How so?
What could you do?
Well, I mean, again, we're in an election season. Do they just think we'll just go back to normal and we'll have a normal election next year? It won't play out that way.
That's what Obama says. This is the new normal.
It sort of goes to, how many people out there would be outraged, would take...
Well, they'd be outraged.
Take to the streets and actually take action.
They know there's not a damn thing we can do, Dan.
Well, let's add to the scenario here. Because, again, we had an assassination 60 years ago with JFK, and that was obviously a shock to the nation. But let's go down further down this road here, because I'm predicting there's going to be something horrific from now until election year. I mean, you've got the Middle East literally in flames. Israel's in a full-blown war, and it's going to get worse. They've given no money. Notice that they've given not one dime. I mean, my understanding is Israel receives about $3 billion every year from us regarding to their military, but they've been given no additional funds. Yet they've given about $100 billion to Ukraine. So Israel's literally on her own. And then let's add to the nightmare scenario. This time next year, Joe Biden wins re-election by yet another stolen election. I mean, you don't think that's possible? Well, what obviously we all believe that happened in 2020.
At this point, it's probable. But you mentioned JFK, and of course we all know what happened in November of '63. But what happened on the next election? The Democrats won in a landslide.
That's what I'm going with. How would that fall out? Would people be so angry on the Republican side that they'd come out in droves and elect whoever, whether it's DeSantis or Haley or whoever it is?
Maybe it'll be Chris Christie, Dan. Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, dear God. I take back everything I just said.
Whatever happened to Larry Elder? He didn't officially drop out.
He was sort of pushed. He was pushed out. I mean, and I'm glad you mentioned Larry Elder, because that goes to the Republican National Committee. Again, openly defying Larry Elder. They didn't want anything to do with him. Same with here in the California Republican Party. He was a solid conservative. They did everything they could to silence him. And going back to the scenario of the possible removal of Donald Trump, I wouldn't be surprised. And there's Trump haters out there on the Republican Party that they would care less about it. Who knows? I mean, who knows how this could all play out? Again, this is not a nightmare scenario just made up out of thin air. Look at how bad things are across the board. Men can have babies, abortion everywhere. Murderers are let go on the street, and people are openly. The Democrat Party is no longer can be said that they are weak on crime. They are openly promoting crime.
Yeah.
That's not unfair at all. That's exactly what they're doing.
That is the truth. That is not hyperbole.
No, not at all. Not at all. We're at a very dangerous time, and it's going to get worse. I'm just preparing for the shock element of it when these things, if they, I hope they don't, But if they do happen, I want people to be prepared. It is going to be a nightmare and a horror for all to see.
Well, Dan, that puts a nice bow on the call. Wraps it up nicely.
I do my best.
A nice depressing gift for the Christmas season.
It's what I'm good at.
You know, I wish I had some jingle bells. I'm going to get some jingle bells for tomorrow's call.
I wish I had some gold. It's over $2,000 an ounce.
I wish I had a couple bucks. Anyway.
Thanks, bud. Talk to you tomorrow.
Take care, Dan. It is 7:23. Looking for partly cloudy skies and 66 this afternoon, rain tomorrow.